certain apps like I say like Apple Music, they have their own artist page. Spotify, they have their own artist page. Basically, you provide like a little bit of information about yourself, and from there you'll be able to see your streaming numbers. You'll be able to see a little bit more about yourself, just so you can track your growth as an artist. That's a good tool, and you're claiming your page, so you can never go wrong
So you
with
need
that.
to make sure you claim your Spotify page. That's one of the most important things. Everybody in here claim their Spotify page? Everybody's pitching in the pitch tool? Everybody knows what that is? Does everybody know how many days in advance you need to put your music into the pitch tool?
2 weeks?
Yeah.
How many?
At least a week.
Huh?
At least a week.
No.
Right?
Who else?
More than that?
2?
Yes.
6 weeks? 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks in advance. You need to have every single release in the system 4 to 6 weeks in advance. You want to know why? If you want to pitch for Apple playlisting, they do not accept anything less than 5 weeks out. So you can't even pitch if you don't have it in the system. That's why you can't get out playlisting, because you're not in the system in advance. If you want to get into algorithm, you want to give them time to get to know you. You want to release a single every 4 to 6 weeks apart, so the algorithm can get to know you. You do not want to drop a whole project at one time. Does anybody know why?
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Based on what you're saying, I think it's too much of a flood of new stuff going on, and so they can't really recognize you. It's just an influx of basically stranger files, basically.
Exactly. And you want to know why? When you pitch to playlisting, you can only pitch one song per project once the project drops. So if I have a project that has 7 songs on it, and I put all 7 songs, I only get to pitch one song in that back end for Spotify or that back end for Amazon. I can only pitch one song per project, unless I roll them up into singles that go into a project. So single 1, single 2, single 3 can all be pitched, and then we roll them into a project, and now we got to pitch 4 singles instead of just 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see. Finesse in the game. I see it.
It's not a finesse, it's the algorithm. This is the thing, right? This is the world we live in. It's all about algorithm. What does that mean? What does that mean on Apple Music? What does that mean on Spotify? An algorithm. How does it get to know you? It's a computer, it's a machine. So it needs to get to know who you are. And with every release, it gets to know you better and better and better. And if you take too long between releases, you got to start all over again with your algorithm. That's why when you get started, you keep going. Consistency is key. You were asking about the algorithm. How do you get into the algorithm? That's how you get into the algorithm. One song, even if you want to know you want to know why NBA Youngboy is where he is, why XXX is where they are, every week. For a year. Every week for a year, non-stop. Bam, bam, bam. Saturate the market. Don't overthink it. XXX will put out unmixed music every single week. 3-5 days, he's just dropping shit. Algorithm. NBA Youngboy, over 150 releases a year. Non-stop. Bam, 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 bam. Algorithm gets to know him. Algorithm gets saturated by him. It's all about the algorithm. It's all about consistency. Be consistent. Something's gonna go. Have a 2-year plan. Everybody understand how quarters go? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter? What does that mean? Somebody tell me.
Every 3 months.
And what happens, what does that mean? First quarter, what's first quarter?
That's when new money rolling.
Ha 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 ha. Is that what it is? When new money rolls? That is when new money rolls in. Okay, what else happens in first quarter? What's kind of like, now see, we're going to talk about, I was talking about the streaming business, right? So let's talk a little bit about the music business, 2 different businesses. Everybody understands 2 different businesses? What makes them different? What's the difference between the music business and the streaming business? And why do they both matter?
Is it because the music business depends on like you buying the actual piece or songs and stuff like that, and the streaming depends on like the actual input of people that actually listen to you?
A little bit, but no. Because buying is still through streaming. If you know what I mean? Okay, let me see.
We'll take another guess. Again, based on what you said, with streaming, you're focused on more on the algorithm. It's like I compare it to putting an essay putting a resume into the system. You put it in, you can just put it in and say, hey, this is my experience. But if you don't use the keywords for that job, they're not accepted. It's not even gonna go through. So that's what streaming is about. But music is about what y'all feel. It's about what y'all put into this game. It's about the heart that y'all put in there. But y'all have to find a way to combine those two things to make it to the top, to where y'all want to be, basically. I'm assuming.
So, I've been in the business for a long time, right? I've been in distribution for a long time. I started in brick and mortar distribution at Sony BMG, right? So I literally used to work with Tower Records and put records out, and albums and shipping and all that. We had hard CDs, right? So then we switched over, then the iPod came, and American Idol came, and the game changed, right? And it became streaming and distribution and stuff like that. So then people were like, oh, well, we could just get streams all day, right? And we just could have IG following, and then we're gonna change the game. And it changed a little bit, but then guess what happened? Those people weren't buying tickets, and people couldn't sell anything. So the thing between the music business and the streaming business is combining both worlds. So that means I'm outside. That's the music business. I'm kissing the babies. I'm touching people. I'm getting one fan at a time, one true fan that I touch every single day. I'm interacting with my fans. I'm shaking hands. I'm old schooling it like Beyonce. I'm every and anywhere. I'm saturating the market in person. That's the music business, right? I'm marketing myself. That's the music business. Then I'm also TikToking it, and I'm IGing it, and I'm IG reeling it, and I'm streaming it, and I'm doing ad revenue, and I'm doing ad sales, and I'm doing true views, and I'm doing all of these things at the same damn time. At the same damn time. I'm respecting both places at once. And that's how I make a difference. That's how people are like, how do you break through? That's how you break through. By understanding traditional music business as well as the streaming business. Two different worlds that you could be a part of. So that's my little spiel. Anybody have questions?
Thank you.
Yes.
You work with DJs?
I do. DJs are very important.
I heard.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna put y'all up on game. Put y'all up on some real game. Do you want to know what the difference is going to be right now between the streaming and the music business? It's going to be the DJ. It's going to be the DJ. Because guess what? Everybody want to be back outside. They tired of being in their houses, streaming music, because you've been locked up for 2 damn years. And guess who got the power right now? See, the thing about music is always a transfer of power. It's always a transfer of states. It's a transfer of genres. It's always, and if you look, if you're a historian of music, see, I've been around music since I was probably younger than y'all. Since I was like 17 years old, I've been in music. I'm a grandmama now. No black, no crack, but I am. Okay, so, you know, I have watched music go from female R&B driven to male R&B driven to hip hop driven to down south driven, and guess what, y'all? It's back. Female hip hop is at the forefront right now. The female hip hop. I told people 4 years ago, female R&B is right behind that. Get ready. Yeah. Male R&B is gonna come back. All of it is coming back round. It's a circle. It's just like everything else. New York is getting ready to rise back up. The South is going to be behind us like they used to be. It's all a cycle. And then it will keep going. And LA will get its time again. Everybody, it's going to be a time and a place for everybody. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So just put your heads down. Be consistent. Have 2-year plans. Have 4-year plans. This is a long game. The people who you think got it right away, who's the newest artist to y'all? Who is your new favorite artist?
New favorite versus just new?
Well, not
your new, whoever's new, that's your favorite artist.
Lady London.
Lady London. 10 years in the game. Everybody's like, oh, she brand new. No, she
right.
not.
Oh, wow.
Jack Harlow, 15 years in the game.
No, he said that. He said in his new album, he did with
Period. 15 years. give up. Keep going. Trust me, I knew Mulatto when she was 12 years old. Keep going. Money Long, 15 years. Keep going. It is a marathon. Don't let nobody tell you this is an overnight thing. It's not. It's not. Doja Cat. Who knows how long Doja Cat been doing it to empty ass rooms like this? Like this. For years. For years and years and years. Number one artist in the world right now. I remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before COVID, she was at the Barclays and nobody was paying her no mind. Nobody gave a fuck. Number one. Grammys. Don't give up. This is not for the faint of heart. So that's it.
Yeah, we definitely passed 10 o'clock. We gotta start wrapping it up. But we gonna start cleaning up. And y'all could like chill outside for a minute if y'all want to. Get information and talk some more. But just don't crowd the outside area because it's a